A bottleneck occurs when there is some restrictive element holding back the performance that could otherwise be achieved. The name comes from the way that fluid flows much slower through the neck of a bottle than it would if that neck didn't exist. Another word for a bottleneck is a choke point. Let's start with a couple of examples. In a vehicle, the traction between the tires and the road is important for optimal power delivery between the engine and the road, making the car move forward. Now, an example of where traction would be a bottleneck would be if your engine is so powerful that when you go to accelerate, the wheels just spin. Now, at high speeds, a wing can improve traction by using airflow to force the rear of the car down towards the road. This can alleviate that bottleneck. Well, hey, that sounds great. Why don't we just all get wings and put them on our cars? No, that's not the answer. This Civic's performance, for example, was not limited by rear-wheel traction, and it probably doesn't even have sufficient power for the benefit of the downward force to outweigh the negative effects of the additional wind resistance caused by this upgrade. So in this case, it wasn't a bottleneck at all, so changing it doesn't help and actually might even make things worse. So this is a tech channel, so our next example is a PC one. Let's say you take a very old computer and, assuming it's even compatible, you put the very latest $1,000 graphics card in it. The PC's not going to slow down, and honestly, gaming performance will probably be improved, but that card won't reach its potential. Even though the new card might be 10 times faster than the old one, you may only get a small performance increase because the CPU and memory and potentially other components are so slow that they can't feed the graphics card data at a fast enough rate to keep it busy, so it's just sitting there most of the time. In that example of bottlenecking, those funds could have been put to better use on a more modest all-around system upgrade, which would have achieved better performance in gaming and in other applications at the same time. Now, with all that out of the way, it's important to clarify this. Whether we're talking about your PC, car, air conditioner, phone, or even your very own body, everything has bottlenecks. You can't just hide from them. Until the point where a task can be performed perfectly and instantly, something is always holding back or bottlenecking the process. So if they exist everywhere, what can we do about them? The answer is to reduce them. Avoid extreme bottlenecks. Figure out what you're trying to achieve and direct your resources towards the things that directly affect the performance of the things that you care about. So back to PCs as an example. If you're a gamer, spending a big chunk of your budget on a graphics card does make sense, as long as the rest of your components are reasonably up to snuff. If you're not sure how to balance your configuration, check out the LinusTechTips.com forum for fast, friendly support. Speaking of support, Audible.com is a proud supporter of TechQuickie. Head on over to audible.com/TechQuickie to get a free audiobook just for trying their subscription service that delivers a new audiobook of your choice to you every month. Audiobooks are great to listen to while you're driving, cooking, or doing anything else that would prevent you from reading a physical book, and there are actually some pretty unique experiences available. For example, Ender's Game Alive is a full cast audio play with an original script by Ender's Game author Orson Scott. So it's not just limited to having a novel narrated to you. Head on over to audible.com/TechQuickie, linked in the video description. And as always, guys, thanks again for watching this as fast as possible episode. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, leave a comment if you love bottlenecks, or if you hate bottlenecks, or have anything else to say about bottlenecks. And as always, guys, don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this from TechQuickie.